someone tell me why things are going wrong? Can someone tell me how many times we have to go around? We go around the world, turn on the news, and we find that so much is going wrong in the world. Can somebody tell me why there's so much violence in the world? And how many times do we have to pretend? All we do is pretend everything's alright. And we pretend when the truth is no one cares. How many times do we have to walk around? How many times do we have to cry? How many loved ones have to die? How many times do we have to cry? That's the world's cry today. Yeah. Oh. Can someone tell me why so much is going wrong? Can someone tell me why people are getting shot? Can someone tell me why there's so much violence in schools? Can someone tell me why so much is confused? Can somebody tell me why? Can somebody tell me why? Can somebody tell me why there's so much hurt and pain? And how many times do we have to go through all of this? How many times do we have to cry? How many times do we have to cry? How many times do our children have to die? How many times do we have to sit around pretending that there's nothing wrong? That's the world's cry today. And if we all join in and we lend a hand, all you have to do is be around. All we have to do is speak up with one voice, and we can make the world a better place. All you have to do is don't be afraid to make a change right now. Just stand up for what you believe. But why do we keep living this way? All you have to do, the world's cry, 'cause the world cries over and over and over again. How many times do we have to cry? How many times do we have to cry? Many times do we have to sigh? How many times do we have to sigh? How many people have to die? How many times do we have to cry? How many times? How many times? Can someone tell me how many times? Many times does the world have to be filled with violence? How many times do we have to pretend? How many times do we have to pretend nothing's wrong? How many times do people have to cry? How many times do people have to die? How many times do our hearts have to break? How many times do we have to say, that's the world's cry today? That's the world's cry today. How many times? How many times? How many times do we have to cry? How many times do we have to cry? How many times do our children have to die? How many times do our families have to die? much do we have to lose before we realize it's time to make a change? How many times do our hearts have to break before we can truly say it's time to make a change? How many times do we have to say that's the world's cry today? That's the world's cry today. That's the world's cry today. That's the world's cry today. You know, I believe if we all stand up and make a change and we all unite, we can really help make this world a better place. Michael taught me that. He believed that we can make this world better. And if we all stand up as one and make a change, the world will be a better place. Because we are the world. We are the children. All you have to do is believe in yourself and stand up and make that change. That's the world's cry today.